So I don't want to jinx it, but I think we may have a new WWE champion at WrestleMania 41 this Sunday night, with John Cena potentially winning the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. So tonight we were advertised the final face-off between Cody Rhodes and John Cena. Cody Rhodes came out here, did his typical, entrance, got the typical reaction from the crowd. But we're going to speak about that here in a second, because this crowd was obviously not pro Cody. This crowd was obviously pro Cena. They want Cena to win at WrestleMania 41, and I predict at WrestleMania 41 it's going to be a very heavily split audience. Maybe one side 50% wants Cody, 50% wants Cena. But regardless, Cody Rhodes came out here, and before he could pick up the mic to say anything, John Cena comes out here. John Cena with his same demeanor, wearing his typical merch and whatever, he comes out here and he says that this is his 20th WrestleMania. He says that this is, I believe, his 12th World Championship match at WrestleMania. He says that this is his official last WrestleMania, and he says that the people still, they believe that this is all, fake, that this isn't real as far as Cena's retirement. He says that this isn't a wrestling retirement, because a lot of wrestling retirements, they come back and they look for that one moment once again. He said that most wrestlers that do that are just scared, insecure people that can't let go of the fans' reactions, the fans' sort of endearment towards them. He did mention one thing that I found really interesting, and that was the Elimination Chamber match. He said that once he won the Elimination Chamber match, he didn't know whether or not he could beat Cody Rhodes, but he said that in an instant, when Cody Rhodes told The Rock what he told him at the Elimination Chamber, he said that at that moment, Cena knew that Cody was screwed. Cena knew that Cody didn't stand a chance against him at WrestleMania, because Cody stood with the fans. Now, Cody, all the while after this, he grabs the mic, he gets the mic, but you hear a loud chorus of boos in the background. It almost felt like a Charlotte Flair promo, because there was just like, he couldn't even speak at a certain point, and I kind of was cringing, like, damn, this is, you kind of always suspected maybe this would happen at a certain point, because Cody Rhodes, he's the top guy, he's the top champion, and eventually people are going to, not look as favorably on that. But to his credit, he powered through with this promo, and eventually he got the crowd back on his side. He mentioned how Cena, he's frail, how he has a stack full of dimes for a neck, how he's paler than Sting at 1997 Starrcade for some reason, and how he said that he's overbearing and overrated, and how in 2025 he still can't wrestle. And obviously, the crowd started chanting at Cena that he can't wrestle, and eventually Cena told Cody, he said, at WrestleMania, to beat you, I don't have to wrestle. And I think he poked his eye out, he got him up for the AA, and then Cody reversed it, crossroads, and then Cody stood tall over Cena's fallen body again for the second time, because I think it was maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago when they were in London or overseas tour, Cody stood tall again at that particular episode of Raw. So going forward, we only have 2 days until we see this match at WrestleMania 41, but going forward, Wrestling Booker 101 in my head insinuates that Cody Rhodes is going to lose at WrestleMania 41. I think if Cena is to get laid out, time and time again by Cody Rhodes with the crossroads, and Cena, this whole, promo where it almost seems like he's one step ahead of Cody. At least that's kind of how at least that's kind of what I'm getting out of this promo, out of this character from Cena, that he's one step ahead from Cody. This is a new, cerebral mentality John Cena. He's very stoic. He knows what he's doing on the low, but he just isn't revealing it for everyone to see. And I think Cena, as good as anybody, I think Cena is going to win at WrestleMania 41, and that, would obviously give Cody a new story to challenge, and would give Cena new opponents to face in this new current role for Cena. So I think, if you ask me right now, Friday, April 18th or whatever it is, April 17th, I say John Cena is going to win his 17th World Championship at WrestleMania. We also got some news as far as Randy Orton. Randy Orton came out here and cut a passion promo where he essentially laid out the challenge for anyone at WrestleMania Sunday to come out and challenge him. There's been a lot of names, whether it's Aleister Black, whether it's Rusev. I believe that it's probably going to be somebody like a Rusev to challenge him. Or a Nick Aldis, who knows, but Randy Orton for sure will be at WrestleMania. We also got the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, which I actually quite enjoyed here. They had a lot of superstars here in this match. And my initial thought was, I believe that Rey Fenix was going to get the win here because he's the new guy in town. He's the new toy that they want to show off. And I figured they were going to give the match to him. But the funniest thing ever, I found this was hilarious. Grande Americano came out here as Rey Fenix is picking up steam, eliminates him, throws him over the top rope, and now the last two remaining men are Carmelo Hayes and Andrade, which Carmelo Hayes and Andrade, these two guys, you would have thought going into last year, you would have thought that these two guys would have been, featured in a more prominent spot here in 2025, but this is where they're at before WrestleMania. But Carmelo Hayes got the win, and he is the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal winner, and I actually kind of like this match a lot. We also had Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, and Bianca Belair. Again, Bianca Belair seems to get booed as well. It almost seems like if you want to turn Bianca heel, this would be the perfect opportunity to turn her heel. Even though she considerably hasn't done anything wrong, she's done everything right as far as this whole storyline goes. Io Sky is obviously still being treated as the third wheel in this entire thing. We got Naomi. She came out here. She wanted to get some answers out of Bianca because Bianca hasn't returned her text, hasn't returned her calls or her emails or nothing like that. Bianca obviously doesn't want to talk about this. This brings out Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill wants to attack Naomi. Bianca stands in the middle, almost trying to, tell her to back off. And then Jade assumes that Bianca is trying to defend Naomi. Naomi then attacks Jade from behind. This pushes Rhea into Bianca. Everybody starts brawling. And then Io Sky makes the dive, goes for a dive on the outside onto everybody. So Io Sky stands tall. Again, I think Io Sky is going to win at WrestleMania 41. And it would be really interesting to see if Bianca down the road ends up going heel, because a lot of the fans seem to be giving her that reaction. So I don't know whether or not she's going to go heel in the coming months. And we also got a really, really good Seth Rollins promo here at the beginning of the show. Seth Rollins kicked off the show. He mentioned both CM Punk, both Roman Reigns. He mentioned how CM Punk is really here only for the money, how he's here for a fat paycheck. He mentioned how when he returned to a wrestling ring, it wasn't this one, it was somewhere else. If you can get the reference, it was somewhere else for somebody else, and he only came here because he got a big fat paycheck. And he says that CM Punk pretends to care about the fans, but at least Roman Reigns, he's upfront and honest. He doesn't pretend to care at all about the people. He says that when the fans chant Roman Reigns' name, that rubs Roman's ego the right way. He mentions how Paul Heyman brought in the Shield initially. He even mentioned Dean Ambrose here as he was name dropping everybody in the Shield. How Paul Heyman brought in everybody from the Shield to be a shield for CM Punk back in 2012. He said that Roman Reigns nor CM Punk know nothing about sacrifices. He mentioned last year at WrestleMania how he sacrificed everything to see Roman Reigns lose. He says that tomorrow night at WrestleMania he'll do what he's done for the past 12 years, and that's sacrifice himself for the betterment of this business so it could move forward. And he ends the promo with Paul Heyman's famous line saying, "It's not a prediction, it's a spoiler." And also to call into attention, he was also wearing some sort of getup which a lot of people pointed out looked eerily similar to what The Rock was wearing in his final Boss days last year. So Seth Rollins is somebody who you need to look out for this coming weekend, because Seth Rollins is almost a wild card factor. We don't know whether he's going to align with Heyman, whether he's going to come out and screw Cody at that night 2 main event. So we don't know. So let me know what you guys think down below. Let me know your thoughts and your reactions to the Smackdown before WrestleMania. And until next time, we will see you tomorrow night for WrestleMania Night 1 coverage. So stay tuned. Take care, y'all, and I will see y'all later.